EBS Podcast presents.
Hi, you're listening to the EBS podcast about Nanodegrees. My name is Jim and I'm the head of Master Studies here at EBS. Nanodegrees are a new way to gain knowledge or obtain some new skills, which you can use either as a professional or to become a lifelong learner. Today we talk about the Nano doing business in Asian markets, and our guest is Xiaotian. Welcome, and please tell us more about your Nano.
Thank you, Jim. So my Nano is developing business in Asian market. So we teach how to export to Asia, how to import from Asia. We also teach how to develop strategy to do those things better.
Okay, very international topic. How are you going to connect this to the local Estonian context?
Actually, in recent years, especially from the 2010 Shanghai World Expo, we see a rapid increase amount of the companies and even startups that are interested in doing business in Asian market, or to be more precise, doing business with Asian markets, so both importing and exporting. However, the Asian market is quite complicated and very different from the Estonian context. So there's a need, and of course, it is necessary before the companies entering this huge market. They gain the knowledge, they develop the skills, and expand their networks before their actions. So I think this Nano is very much needed for Estonia and Finnish market as well.
Absolutely. It's definitely a way to find a new opportunities to do business, which is definitely also in the current time something that is very much needed.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell us a little bit more about the structure of your Nano? So what are the modules within your Nano about, and what is the content of these modules?
Mm-hmm. Actually, in the past, we did quite many times in terms of coaching and helping the company to enter the Asian market. So this Nano is designed in 5 elements, or let's say 5 separate courses. The first one is about the Asian economy and market conditions. So basically, we ease our participants in and give them a comprehensive picture about what is the Asian market, what is the latest development there, and how the market looks like. The second course is about Asian market entry strategy. So we teach our participants how to analyze the market, how to pick a right market, know the regional differences. The participants will be able to apply different strategies to enter the Asian markets. When I say about Asian markets, I mean several major Asian markets, such as China, India, and Japan, and of course a bunch of other smaller markets. Well, of course, they're not so small. They still have hundreds of millions of people there and consumers with quite a reasonable purchasing power. The third course is about the export to Asia. So this is very much focusing on exporting, selecting the right segments, find the local partners, build up the exporting channels, apply correct, accurate market and sales strategies, and so on. That's a third course. And the fourth one is e-commerce in Asia. So we're not only focused on offline activities, but actually with a few billion internet users. Even in Chinese market alone, there's almost 1 billion internet users and 1 billion mobile phone users. So it's very important to bring this e-commerce perspective to the program and help the companies, especially from Estonia and Finland, to understand how to launch their products and services and how to deliver their products and services through the e-commerce platforms such as Alibaba, Tmall, JD.com, and those giant shopping portals owned by Alibaba and Tencent. And last one is about project development. So we want to give the participants very much hands-on experience and really guide them through a process of analyze the company internally, which means what resources the company can afford to enter Asian market, and then choose the right market in Asia, and then develop entry strategy, and then select the right products and services, and then also launch them online through the e-commerce platforms, and finally be able to achieve a growth revenue, better and better performance. So that's the last element, which is a project development, will be coached by myself and a team of experts. So that's kind of the structure of this nano.
Okay, great. Very, very wide range and touching upon all the sides of doing actually or developing this business in the Asian markets. You already spoke about your team of experts, so I'm very curious. Who are you going to involve? Who will be helping you out delivering this nano?
Actually, that's a very good question. Thanks to all my colleagues and friends and also these previous networks we have been developing in terms of doing business with Asia, we have a group of experts and they're coming from different backgrounds. We have government officials who are dealing with policy making and also exporting, importing support programs, for instance, from Enterprise Estonian to Finland. We also have the professors from leading business schools, such as Professor Tony Fang from Stockholm Business School, myself from the EBS. We have Professor Anthony Ho from Shanghai University, Terry Wang from the MBA Center of Shanghai. And we also have a lot of practitioners who are both heading the large corporations or small companies. For example, we have the president of Wärtsilä China, CFO of Wärtsilä China. We have the head of business development of Kone elevator business. We also have the president of Rolls-Royce China, and also the, of course, other Finnish and Estonian companies who have made a success story in Asian market. So I also personally invite them to come to be as one of the instructors or guest speakers, which deliver up-to-date or very unique experience and strategy they have applied in Chinese and in Asian market in general. So we're expecting quite a diversified and big group of experts come to talk in this program.
Okay, wow. This is a very international team, absolutely. So you have now explained who's standing in front of your participants, but who should be your ideal participants? Which professionals are you really saying you need to come to my nano so that you can actually take something away from this?
Yeah, that's also a good question because I personally do not see, or I personally do not prefer not to use the word teach because we're not at the position of really teaching everything. I think that is very much in line of the knowledge co-creation. I think we are inviting and we're also welcoming those like-minded people who sees the potential in Asian market, who want to grow the business, who want to extend their sales, and who want to generate more revenues from the overseas market. So this nano is very much kind of suitable for the international marketing and sales specialist in a medium and large size company, and exporting specialist or exporting manager in the private sectors. It is also suitable for the people who are working for the public sectors that are related to Asian relations, such from the ministry, from the Chamber of Commerce, from trade agencies, and also our current MA level students. Not only from EBS, we welcome the students from other universities in Finland and Estonia to attend this, as this program is going to be offered in both EBS Helsinki and Tallinn campus. And last but not least, startup communities. We are an entrepreneurial organization, and we welcome those startup entrepreneurs who want to grow their business or internationalize their business already from the very beginning in the Asian market. We see a lot of startups in Finland and Estonia are targeting Asian market. So those are the people we want to invite into our study group and share the experience, analyze the challenges together, and develop a plan to conquer the Asian market together.
That sounds like a very wide target group, and also very relevant target group considering their background and their positions. My follow-up question would be, considering that you're talking so much about we would like to invite and create this study group, you are, especially when you were talking about the last element of your nano, you're talking also about a very practical skill. Maybe you can, you were talking about a very practical skill. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit upon this. What is this practical outcome that the participants will really get from your nano?
That's a very practical question. So thanks for that, Jim. Based on our previous experience, in general, when the companies enter Asian market, they're kind of struggling with find out where is the place they want to go. Asia is huge. Even China is huge. And I always say there are 1 million Chinas in China. So which part of the country you want to enter? What is the target group? What is the right segment? So first thing, practical skills or knowledge we are going to deliver is how to actually select a market. It can be very tiny. It can be so tiny that only has a few million people in the city, but that is big enough for you to grow. And second thing is about internal and analysis. Before we go to Asia, many companies make mistakes that they want this big market, but they're not actually they cannot afford it in terms of the resources. I mean, both tangible and intangible resources. So it's very important to do the analysis or so-called internationalization capabilities of the company. And third is to build the channel, and which means either marketing and sales channel, exporting channel. So this is we are going to teach how to select the partners, cross-cultural negotiation and communication, how to understand the Chinese or Asian consumers, for instance. Those are very hands-on experience. And then we also, as I mentioned, to facilitate and guide companies to gain the skills how to do it via the e-commerce platforms. Last but not the least is to build a strategy that is possible to be revised and developed further based on the learning by doing it. So I think those are the very much kind of hands-on and practical experience and knowledge they're going to gain. And in addition, it might be different from other nanos. My nano is going to offer individual consultation as extra kind of service. So not only like we leave you alone after you develop a plan, but you can grow with us in the future. In the next 3-5 years, when you grow your business in Asia, we can always book the expert for you and for your organization to further grow your business, and so that you can develop better.
Okay, so it is not only you continue on the lifelong learning path if you take this nano by consultations. That's a very, very interesting approach to this topic, and probably also very needed because it's not a one-time off exercise, but it's indeed years and years of investment as well.
Yeah, exactly. If I may add, Jim, so that I think that this study group is just a start. It's a start of gathering like-minded people and people who are in need to grow in Asian market. We also have a bunch of other attached activities which are offered to the nano participants. For instance, the study tour. When the COVID situation gets better, so that we are going to also co-organize the study tour groups to visit China, to visit Japan, Korea, to visit Asian countries, to understand the market better, to visit the case companies like Alibaba, like Huawei, like a bunch of others, to really see how the business is developed there. And also to, of course, organize the study tours vice versa. We're inviting entrepreneurs also come here to this part of the world, to a matchmaking and to get the deals done.
Okay, wow. So it's really facilitating also the wider cooperation between the business side on both markets.
Exactly, because here at the EBS, we emphasize the term ecosystem. So we want to build a kind of business ecosystem for the companies that are interested in Asian market.
Okay, that sounds very good. Final question, from your personal experience, what is the biggest mistake that Estonians or Finns make when they try to enter an Asian market?
I think two biggest mistakes usually they make. First, they don't learn enough. That's what we offer now. You can learn from this program. Second is they don't go there. It's very important when you enter a new market, regardless the geographic cultural distance, you have to be there. If you are committed to the market, you move there. You rent an apartment, you sit down with a team there, you eat rice with chopsticks, you negotiate your business by exchanging business cards, you have to be there. So many kind of startups or the entrepreneurs or companies who are interested in Asian market, they want to organize everything remotely, but that is not doable in most cases. So learn enough, prepare, and be there.
Okay, those are very good original or initial tips already for our audience. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for this interview. Is there anything more that you would like to add about your Nano?
Yeah, we have only 30 seats available for reservation. So hurry up and sign up.
All right.
And join us in our opportunity of growth. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you.